We are now facing off with Cipher Admin Dakim. Yeah, I probably ruined that first introductory cutscene in the end of the last episode, when we were first introduced to Dakim, not Dakim. I don't know what I was thinking. I make mistakes. I missed the assignment. I get it. Yeah, I kind of failed on that part. But yeah, this is actually Cipher Admin Dakim. So it turns out that Mirror B is not the only Cipher Admin kind of taking charge here in some of these cities. So it appears that Dakim is also taking orders from that higher power that Mirror B was as well, because he was actually sent here to retrieve the Time Flute and steal it from Vander, who is the first area leader of Mount Battle. Now, obviously, we know how precious and valuable the Time Flute is, so we have to put an end to this tomfoolery. We have to prevent Dakim from taking it and possibly destroying it, because that's most likely what Cipher had planned to do with it. So Dakim is not a pushover. He is actually probably going to be one of the first challenging fights in this game. And that is mainly because he is pretty widely known to have a couple of specific strategies that he uses in battle. The first one being the Protect Earthquake strategy, which, if you don't know what that is, it essentially means that he will have one of his Pokemon use Protect while the other uses Earthquake, effectively blocking Earthquake from damaging the ally that does not use the move. So, for example, if I had a Pokemon use Earthquake, it would damage everybody on the field, not only the two opponents in the double battle, but my own ally as well. However, if I had a Pokemon that knew Protect, it would actually negate any of the damage done. So meaning it would only actually damage the two opponents on the field and not the ally on your team. As you can see, he's kind of utilizing that here. Most of the Pokemon on his team will know the move Earthquake, and of course, others will know Protect. So he will utilize this strategy pretty frequently. As you can see, that was a great example right there. Now, my initial plan was to hopefully take out that Golem pretty fast, but we did not, unfortunately. Marsha went down. That was one of the main members of my team that I was hoping would pull through. Matang's a little trickier. It is a Psychic and Steel type, so we're going to have to be a little bit more strategic in taking it out. We still have Sage, so not only is it pretty resistant to Earthquake, but obviously it's super effective against his Golem, and his specialty is in fact Ground type, so hopefully we will be able to get through the rest of this fight with no problem. We have anybody weak to Psychic moves, probably not a good time to have them out now. Fortunately, I have some pretty decent Pokemon that are resistant to it at this time, or out on the field now. Sage is pretty weak to Psychic because it's a Grass type, but it still has a pretty decent special defense, especially now that it's evolved. I'm hoping that it will pull through and kind of stick it out for us a little bit here. It's now time to send out Apollo. We have essentially crossed over into emergency territory here, not doing as well as I thought I would in this beginning of the battle. Haven't taken a single one of his Pokemon out, and you can kind of see how challenging he can be. The great Dakim. But yeah, I would have to say that this can be a battle you can very much lose. I think for the most part of this LP, I have pretty much been talking about how easy this game is, how straightforward it can be if you strategize correctly or build up the right team. But I think this is the point of the game where that kind of starts to change a little bit. With the exception of maybe Mirror B, I don't think he's actually the toughest trainer in this game. I think other than him and Dakim here, most of the trainers you fought up until this point are pretty simple. This looks like he's sending out a Marsh Top next. Very nice. We get an evolved Hoenn starter. First time we've ever faced off with one of them in this playthrough. But yeah, you can kind of see how strong he can be and how dangerous some of the other major trainer battles will be as well. He is not going to be the last strong opponent that we face off with, so. Hopefully we can take out this Marsh Top pretty quickly, as well as Matang. This Matang has been doing Earthquake up and down, and we want to take it out pretty quickly here. But again, I think we have a pretty good duo out here. These are my strongest two, so I'm hoping that they stick it out. Looks like he did take out his Marshtomp, probably not intentionally. And we got a level up on Sage, very nice. Hoping we can finish off that Matang. Apollo's not far away from another level as well. Next up, he's going to send out Camerupt, which you guessed it, also knows Earthquake. So again, yeah, he has pretty much aligned his deck of Pokemon with that strategy. So he has prepared for this fight, I guess, for many moons, and I guess it's your job to do the same. So he also knows Protect. That's going to be an issue. But yeah, we're not going to be able to hit Camerupt, unfortunately, but we can finish off Matang. Long time coming for that. Oh, just kidding. It's not going to happen right now. But yeah, like I was saying, pretty much all the way up, or pretty much every trainer fight, again, besides Mirror B, that we've had up until now have mainly been against grunts and, you know, Cipher trainers, really trainers that aren't really anything to bat an eye to. So I really think this is where the challenge of the game really begins. Like, I know I've said it before, how I actually lost to Venus, which is another major trainer that we're going to be facing off with here in the near future. But this is also a part of the game where I have had many losses again as well. Mainly because I wasn't really prepared for that Earthquake Protect strategy, and let's be honest, I probably wasn't a high enough level overall. And I think that's another issue with my team right now, is they're pretty underleveled. I think apart from the two that we have out on the field now, everybody else is pretty underleveled, and I think that's why I'm doing so poorly here. We'll see how this pans out a little bit. We took Camerupt down, so we don't have to worry about that one. That's one of the ones I was a little bit worried about, other than Matang. And next up is the Shadow Pokemon that he holds, and it is Entei. So this is the first chance you have to snag a legendary Pokemon. It is a Shadow Pokemon. Entei is an excellent choice for any team out there. I have used it in several playthroughs in the past and was actually considering using it for this one as well, until I had the crazy idea of wanting a very unneeded challenge and going with Slugma, of course, our Scorch that we know and love today. Not going to give it any though. I really stand behind my decision in choosing Scorch. I do want a challenge. I want to kind of spice things up for this specific playthrough. Otherwise, for comfortability reasons, I probably would have went with Entei for my fire type. However, I also kind of in my head came up with a silly rule that I wasn't going to use any legendary Pokemons for this LP, and we're sticking to it. Even though this thing is much more superior compared to Slugma, and would be once again a phenomenal choice for any Pokemon team, especially in this game, we're going to pass up on it. We are going to snag it, but we're obviously not going to have it in our main team. Flashlights up. We lost Sage, unfortunately. I kind of saw that coming once Entei entered the field. Yeah, Entei. Hopefully we can make pretty quick work of this fight. I want to weaken it just enough so we can catch it, of course. Hopefully we don't take it out accidentally. There is a chance that, luckily we are just down to Entei and we kind of singled it out in this battle. But there is a chance that his Earthquake strategy will actually backfire on both him and yourself, because he can take out Entei by accident if for some reason he still has another Pokemon out on the field that can use Earthquake. So you want to be very careful about that. You want to capture this thing as fast as you possibly can. I do believe the order in which he sends out his team is different every time, so I think there is a chance he can send Entei out earlier. So you want to be very, very cautious when it comes to that. Or of course, if you haven't weakened or defeated the rest of his team, you just want to make sure that any of the ones that know Earthquake are taken out as fast as humanly possible. We're going to heal up Flashlight because, well, it's one of the last two I have still up in this fight. And we want to hopefully go for the catch here. We're going to try an Ultra Ball. And yes, I am stooping to the low level of using the Pokeball glitch because I don't want to waste my last Ultra Ball. A couple shakes, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately. Ultra Ball attempt number 2. It is paralyzed. About half of its health is gone. I'm not entirely sure this is going to work, but we're going to try it anyways. And that was it. Only 2 attempts, and we have captured Entei. That went a lot smoother than I thought it would. We have defeated Cipher Admin Dakim. Oh, you meddlesome pest. We got 4 grand from the guy. Very nice. The way you handle those Pokémon with your audacious skill. Who are you? Master Dakim. Ah, scrub. You were hopelessly outclassed against him. You had 0 chance of winning. I'm pulling out for now. You go to Ein's lab and help out there. As you wish, sir. This isn't over yet. Stronger Pokémon are being made even now. You'd better get serious about training your Pokémon for our next meeting. He has left behind a nice shiny. Oh yeah, we also have to make sure that Vander's alright. We found an F-disc. Not sure exactly what that is, but I guess we'll find out shortly. Ah, that wasn't an experience I'd ever want to have again. I'm glad you came to my rescue. Thank you. I'm Vander. I'm an area leader here at Mount Battle. I'm Rui and this is Wes. We're glad to see you. What you've told me explained a lot. Thanks to you, I know exactly why they attacked us. This is the Time Flute. I happened to find it while I was on my training trek. It said that the Time Flute will summon Celebi, but just once. There must be something about Celebi that frightens them. They obviously don't want Celebi to encounter Shadow Pokemon. But let's not spend any more time here. Let's go back. Finally. But here, I want you to have this. We have obtained the Time Flute. Are you certain? Maybe you really have something that's precious? Of course you may. I'd rather have you use that Time Flute than those crooks take it by force. Use it and save the Shadow Pokemon from their sinister plans. We can actually get this item box now. We found TM47. And that contains the move Steel Wing. Spreads hard-edged wings and slams into the target. A nice move. We may end up teaching Cotton Swab, but I'll have to think about it a little bit more. You two are amazing. It's great that you saved Vander and got rewarded with the Time Flute. I've heard that you can summon Celebi with it at the Relic Forest. Okay, when training is resumed, I'm going to aim to beat 9 trainers in a row. I doubt that I'd go farther since the 10th trainer is Vander. Thank you. You freed Mount Battle from that awful gang. We'll have to work hard to reopen the facilities as soon as we can. We can't hold up the training battles. By the way, you two seem to have been fighting that gang for a long time. You should come here for training then. It will toughen you up much, much more. I have to warn you though, if you come up against me, I won't ease up one bit. I will be waiting. So we're going to take Vander on that promise to come here and actually rematch Mount Battle. However, we're going to kind of hold off for now, but we will be returning here at a later time because this place is a great opportunity, as you can tell, to gather a lot of experience points. Thank you. You saved Vander, didn't you? When training is resumed on Mount Battle, I'll be busy exchanging Poke Coupons. I'd better be ready. This is the Poke Coupon Exchange. This is where you can actually exchange Poke Coupons for rewards. You can use your Poke Coupon, which you can see how many you have in your PDA, and use them as points at this exchange counter. The more areas you clear in Mount Battle, the more points you can use. And as you can see, you have quite a bit of valuables that you can purchase. You can get TMs. These are some of the best in the game, in my opinion. And yeah, you can also get berries. So I was actually incorrect about something else in one of the last episodes, and that was that you can only get berries from Agate Village, from that old man from the very highest point. That is actually false. You can actually buy berries here as well. They have just a few of them here, but not too bad. But might be worth the purchase. They also have some nice held items as well. As you can see, leftovers, mental herb. We have the quick claw. We have a quick claw already, but as you can see, a pretty nice selection of items. However, yes, they can be hella expensive. So the amount of battles that you will have to complete in order to actually have a chance of purchasing most of these items is going to require a lot of time consumption. So let's keep that in mind. But yes, that's pretty much all we're going to be doing here for now. We do have the Time Flute. We can use it, but for now we're going to hold off on doing that as well. we'll kind of take a look at our team here. As you can see, I did give Scorch the experience share. I didn't really mention that in one of the previous episodes. Cotton Swab does not have any held items. I gave the Quick Claw to Marsha, of course. I think I actually showed that on screen. I just want Scorch to get a little bit more of... I want Scorch to get a little bit more experience since it hasn't really had a chance to really show its skills in many battles lately. So we're going to do that. But for now, I think it's time to make our exit from Mount Battle. Upon exiting Mount Battle, we can now talk to these guys. Those trainers who've taken over Mount Battle went off running. What happened inside there, I wonder? You don't want to know, buddy. Trust me, you do not want to know. Huh? You made the bad guys run off? That's so hard to believe. I'm sorry, but I want to see the proof with my own eyes. So believe it or not, Athlete Adel is confident enough in her battling technique that she thinks that it is time to take us on for a challenge. So I guess her learning about us settling the chaos here at Mount Battle has given her the confidence in order to do this. Unfortunately, she has some pretty weak Pokemon. So she does have a Pikachu. Again, the second time we have seen Pikachu in a battle since we first encountered Egan and witnessed his battle with his Pikachu back in Relic Forest. We get to see it again, so kind of cool. Little nostalgia here. But unfortunately, we will be taking Pikachu out within minutes because, yeah, it's really not that strong. She also has a Vulpix, which is nothing strong as well, so... Vulpix goes down in one hit. Poor thing, but I do have to say, every time I see a Pokemon from one of the earlier seasons of the anime, I always get a little bit of a nostalgic vibe. I love it. And unfortunately, it's time to end Pikachu as well. A little blast from the past, but it was short-lived. Apparently now she's convinced that we are who we said we are. Hopefully we have no more false judgments from any of these other NPCs in the game, because man, I got tired of that. You'd be able to protect the world's peace, I bet. I'm not sure if I'd quite go that far with it at this point, but we will see someday, maybe. Maybe we will. But for now, it's time to take our leave, because we have another area to go and backtrack to. It's time to head back to Phenac City. Back in Phenac City, we actually talked to this woman again. Welcome to Phenac City. Oh, hi, it's you two. I'm so glad you're safe. I was worried about you. And, of course, we can talk to Dash. Oh, hi, it's a good-looking couple. You know, you're looking even better together. I think it's only fair that he kind of makes fun of us a little bit because, unfortunately, yeah, we did misgender him, and that was very disrespectful, I have to say. Well, I guess at this point, we can call it even. He can make fun of us being a couple all he wants. But it is now time to finally make a return back to the pre-gym. If you remember, the first time we were here, we talked to Justy, the pre-gym leader. He told us to return once we had a full team of 6 Pokemon in our party. Well, we do now. I do want to stop over here by this teacher. She's going to go ahead and update our strategy memo because we have seen a lot more Pokemon since we have been here last time. And it's time to expand upon our list in the strategy memo once again. That way we can add more to it, because that's something that we do have to do periodically. And even though I'm pretty forgetful when it comes to this, I'm going to try to do it anytime I can. We go ahead and open it up, and as you can see, our list of Pokemon in the strategy memo has been increased. We still have plenty more to see. But for now, I think it's time to take on the leader of this facility, Justy himself. That's a name I am not going to mispronounce or get wrong. God, I suck. Oh, hello. I guess you finally got your 6th Pokemon for your party. Well then, would you like to battle against me? We sure would, buddy. Okay, gotcha. This is making me feel sort of giddy. When you're ready to go to the battle area in the center and then stand at the left-hand side. We will do just that this time. We will follow your instructions to the T. Left side, here we go. Wes, go for it. I'll be right here cheering. Okay, let's get this battle underway. Show me a great battle. It is now time for our long-awaited and anticipated fight against the pre-gym leader, Justy. He is actually nothing compared to Dakim. As you can see, he starts off with a Sandshrew and a Sunflora. I think we have just the answer to take care of them, so let's do that. Yeah, Justy, as intimidating as he kind of seemed in the beginning, knowing that he is, the leader of really the only gym, so to speak, that you actually encounter in this game. He's actually not as bad as he seems, even though his Pokemon are most likely going to outpace you in levels, especially me, since I'm very underleveled at this point in the game. He really isn't that hard at all. He's going to have a kind of a wide selection of Pokemon here, but for the most part, they're pretty much cake. One thing I will say about his strategy is he will use the move Double Team quite frequently. It can get very annoying and time consuming because if you know anything about the Double Team strategy, it essentially raises the evasiveness of the foe, or of course your Pokemon if you're using it yourself, to avoid many attacks. After a certain amount of times of it being used in battle, there's a chance that the opponent may never land an attack for quite some time, which can draw these battles out quite a bit. This is really the first time we've actually seen a trainer really use it as a main strategy as far as I remember, and yeah, it can still be quite annoying. So as you can see, he is definitely taking full advantage of it with his Sunflora. So that's going to be a little bit frustrating if, of course we can't land any hits on it. So again, his team overall is not the strongest, but he is pretty smart when it comes to strategy, I guess, in that way, even though it's pretty cheap, kind of lazy. Gligar looks like he's going to mimic the exact same strategy. So yeah, you can kind of see a running pattern here. We're going to do our best to take out these two as quickly as we possibly can, because the longer I have to deal with that Double Team being used on the field, the more insane I'm going to go. So we're going to end this as fast as possible. Sunflora is down. So that's good. We have a pretty good start here. Again, wasn't really worried about this fight. It was just a matter of, yeah, kind of dealing with this Double Team strategy. This fight is completely optional. However, you will get a pretty nice reward for finishing it. Yeah, it is also kind of fun. It is the only actual gym battle that you will be doing in the game, so we might as well take full advantage of that. We're not going to see anything else like this in this game, so we might as well participate. I'm going to go ahead and send Cotton Swab out in the field because I think Marsha is kind of at a disadvantage against these two, especially Cacnea. Yeah, I don't know. I just have never been a fan of the Double Team strategy. I always kind of considered it a cop-out. I personally have never used it as a strategy ever when playing Pokemon. Maybe like once or twice when I was playing through some of the older games for the first time, but I just see it as a complete cop-out, a complete waste of a moveset. It's essentially the trainer just being like, yeah, I don't have any other strategy to use. I'm just going to try to avoid and delay your attacks as long as possible until eventually it backfires on me and I have wasted all this time not attacking you and you have completely destroyed me. So but it looks like that's actually proven to not be the case. So Flashlight went down, not too great, but its static ability did kick in to paralyze Gligar, so I guess something good happened out of it. It's now time to send out Scorch, because of course we know it needs all the experience it can get. No, again, I don't want to be too hard on the guy. He's just a little under-leveled, and we're going to get him up there. We're going to get him up to... He's going to be just as worthy as... He's going to be just as worthy as some of the other members on my team. Trust me, he will. And of course we have that sandstorm to deal with. Again, not too crazy about sandstorm. It's kind of like hail, where it just kind of gets in the way. And I just don't really care for it. It's just a weird strategy to use on top of double team. That's pretty much the only damage that he knows he's going to do to us. Not really sure how this guy became the pre-gym leader, but we're gonna go with it. We're just gonna smile and nod our heads, because we don't know what else to do. So it looks like Gligar is again going underground. I always find it fascinating when a Pokemon that's actually a flying type, like Gligar, can actually use Dig. I know it's part ground as well, but it just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like interesting to see that. You don't really, I feel like you don't see that often in Pokemon, where you like have a Pokemon that has wings but can still dig underground. So maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. We're gonna use Fly, because by the time that it takes, of course, Cotton Swab to get up in the air, Gligar will already be back above ground. Alright, so he also has an Azumarill, looks like, and it is, of course, going to still take advantage of that double team strategy. So, up in the air for us, Gligar is still paralyzed, so it actually was not able to use Dig. I love when that happens. That's kind of what he gets for using the same strategy over and over again in this battle. Don't you think? I would say so. We're going to go ahead and use Razor Leaf, try to soften up the Azumarill. Looks like Gligar avoided it. That's kind of a pain. Razor Leaf didn't do nearly as much damage as I was hoping it was going to do against Azumarill. I guess it is a level 40, so that could be part of the reason. But like I said, the double team strategy really just... Aerial Ace. I didn't see that coming. I forgot he had that. I think that's actually the first time we've seen that attack happen in this game. It's kind of cool. But like I was saying, the double team strategy is mainly just kind of more annoying than challenging, because again, it can just prolong the battle. And this is a prime example of that happening. I feel like this battle would have been over in in a matter of maybe minutes, but now it feels like it's taking hours. So again, I know we don't have probably the best choices against these two right now, but up against these two right now. But I think overall, again, I just don't care for the double team strategy. Got a critical there, very nice. That'll help. And throw up a light screen. Light screen is actually a move that I plan on utilizing within my team. Sage actually will learn light screen at a later level, and believe it or not, Flashlight learns it as well. So I believe it's a much later level. I believe it happens at a much later level, but I think it's a nice strategy to use. Apollo already knows Reflect, so we already have a defense against physical attacks. Now we need a defense against special attacks, and we don't really have a lot for that at this time. So Sandstorm rages on, and this battle is about to be wrapped up. Like I said, Justy's a bit big for his bridges, but overall I think it's still enjoyable, because but overall still kind of a nice calming fight compared to what we just had. And his last pick, of course, is going to be Nose Pass. We have the answer to that, knowing that our Marcia has the move Surf. So I think we are in good hands for the rest of this battle. One more Psybeam, and that'll do it for Gligar. And that just leaves Nose Pass. I think his ticket has officially been punched. We'll give it a Surf. I love with all the terminology and word choices I'm using here today. As you can see, that's really all he has left to do. He knows he's outnumbered. He knows that both these Pokemon will take him down in an instant, so he's resorting to being a little punk. Nose pass goes down. Level 42. Not bad. We'll get a nice handful of experience points for that one, for sure. Because Lord knows we need it. Player defeated, pre-gym leader Justy. What? That's right, buddy. You talked a big game, but you didn't live up to it, did you, my friend? But he is rich, too, apparently. Wow, that was one challenging and satisfying battle. Look at this. My palms are drenched with sweat. Okay, we didn't need to know that. There's no shame in this loss. I'm one lucky guy for being a part of this spectacular battle. I'm glad that I got the opportunity to battle with you. I want you to have this. Consider it a memento of our battle. We obtained TM27. Honestly, our battle was fantastic. I will never forget the battle that we had. Yes, so he is so taken back by the fight we just gave him that he rewarded us with a TM, and it is Return. The more the user likes you, the more powerful this move. Obviously, Apollo knows that move in our team, so we've utilized it quite a few times, and we know what that can do. Yeah, obviously a good TM. If you did choose to teach your Espeon a different move and got rid of Return for whatever reason, that could be another option to reteach it. But if you have, of course, any other Pokemon that would be suited for it, it's still a good move to have. So I'm in shock. How could you beat Justy? Oh, it electrified me. So it looks like all the students, even the teachers, are taken back by the victory we just had over their king. Huh? You beat Justy in a battle? You're lying. I'm not going to believe that. Whatever, kid. You just had to be there, my friend. You had to be there. Even after that incident, there have been all sorts of people coming and going from the mayor's house. The mayor's job certainly keeps him busy, so I guess there's still been people that have been going in and out of this place. We'll see if the mayor's in town. He looks like he's still here. Oh, it's you two. I've heard. There's supposedly a criminal syndicate that is seeking world domination. I will continue with our investigation. You can count on us. Horrible voice acting by myself, but that was the mayor, so I guess he's still looking into things, air quote. Not really sure about this guy. He's kind of led us astray before, and I don't know, he's just a little oddball. But that's going to do it for Phenac City. We don't have anything left to do here. So it's time to head out to the next destination. And it is Agate Village. Back in Agate Village. Oh, Rui, I heard there was a big commotion on Mount Battle. Egan's worried sick about you. Quick, hurry home and reassure him that you're safe and sound. Young lady. Kids these days don't ever talk to their parents anymore. God damn it. I wonder what that's all about. Oh, hello. A little while ago, someone built what looks like a laboratory out in the desert. Makes me wonder what anyone want to be studying out there. I mean, there's nothing out there but sand. It's kind of curious. A lab. Maybe for shadow Pokemon? Ah, you're home. Are you okay? You're not hurt in any way? Oh, Rui and Wes. It's good to see you back. So how goes it? Have you trounced the Cretans that raided Mount Battle? I expected nothing less of my own granddaughter, and of course Wes. I see. So Vander conferred the Time Flute upon you. Then what are you waiting for? Depart for Relic Forest and summon Celebi at once. Wonder what will happen. I find it quite exciting myself. Oh yes, something I've forgotten. Wes, may I have that number of your PDA thingy? Good, I'll try to reach it. I'll try to reach you at this number if anything happens. This makes us pen pals. Great, just what I wanted to do. I wanted to be pen pals with Gandalf the White.